Nice having you again today. It's been a while. We have a lot to do, but we're going to get started today making some beef broth. I need to clean out my freezer. I can't fit anything else in it, especially now since I went and bought 50 pounds of chicken for 99 cents a pound. I am overflowing in my freezers. So I am going to get some beef broth canned up today, and we are going to start by roasting some bones. So let me show you this. All right, so I probably have about 10 pounds of bones that I need to get started roasting. So these are all from a cow, or a couple of cows really, that I bought last year and the year before. And I still have a surplus of bones that I need to go through. So we're going to go ahead and just get it done, because I am tired of these taking up space in my freezer. So I am probably going to have to do this in a couple of batches. After these two, I still have at least two more, and I think there might be another one in the freezer that I never defrosted. Maybe I'll leave that one. So we are going to get these out of here. On this baking sheet, I've got my oven preheating right now to 425 degrees. And look at that. I am going to get some good gelatin out of these, I think. All right. So, how do you roast your beef bones? I've done it before without adding anything. I've done it before with just adding some salt. I've done it with just adding salt and pepper. Today, I am going to do an olive oil drizzle and salt and pepper. I think that is going to help make some fantastic broth. All right, so salt, pepper, olive oil, and a whole bunch of deliciousness is about to go on right here. We'll just give it a slow drizzle. You don't need to make sure that the bones are covered. You just want to get a little bit on there. So we are going to do a couple of different things with the broth that comes from this. First thing is we are going to can up some of the broth. And second thing is I am going to put some in the fridge and or freezer, depending on how much I am able to make, for me to drink throughout the week. That is the largest thing that I use broth for, is just to drink it. Help heal my stomach. I know I've mentioned it before, but I don't know if I've ever uploaded any of the videos that I did. But I do have some stomach issues that I'm trying to heal. Bone broth helps a ton, especially if it's super gelatinous, like this is going to be. This is going to be good stuff, guys. But I want to make sure that I'm getting salt and pepper on all of these. I don't really care if I get it on all sides because I'm going to put more in the broth directly when I make it, so it's not a huge deal. But I do want to make it kind of even, so. All right, so now we are going to pop these in the oven for 15 minutes at 425. All right, we've got a couple of minutes left on the bones, so I am going to get these ready. Now, I am not super particular about the vegetables and stuff that I add to the broth. I will be adding the peels, but I do, when I put in onions, I like to make them a little bit smaller. I don't throw them in whole, I don't throw them in halves. I do not throw, I'm going to throw in the root ball. I don't really care what they look like. I'm just throwing it in there for the flavor and for the nutrients. And then, yeah, baby carrots. I like baby carrots. But I'm going to make these a little bit smaller. Chop them in half so that we can get as many of the nutrients out of them as possible. Oh, those look pretty darn good. Let's see. Can you see them? Can you see them? Let's get these out of here. Apparently my dog is super interested in what I'm doing right now. Does it smell good, Pumpkin? Does that smell good? Huh? All right, now let's throw those in the Instant Pot. So, I'm going to start putting the bones in here. Now, one thing that I've always struggled with is the ability to get a good gelatinous broth out of the Instant Pot. I've been doing some research, and it says you should not put the water too far above the bones. Now, I always put a ton of water in here, so that could definitely be the problem. This fine and delicious goodness in there. Sorry for the bad shot, guys. I only have 2 hands, not 3. Man, what would life be like if you had 3 hands? 3 arms? I wonder if that would make life easier. It sure seems like it would, doesn't it? Add some salt. I am always a little heavy-handed with the salt. And then we are going to add parsley. Pulled this out of my garden over the weekend and dried it out. And so we're going to add some of that in there. Garlic. There's not much left in there. Let's say that's about a tablespoon. I feel like I'm missing something, guys. What am I missing? Pepper. God, doesn't that look beautiful? Man, I just gotta picture of it through the camera. Doesn't that look gorgeous? All right, so we're going to add a little bit more water. There we go. All right, so it's currently on warm, so we're going to turn that off. And we are going to do pressure level. Pressure cook. Pressure level. We want low pressure. And we are going to do 2 hours. Because I hear this setting will still get you the gelatinous gelatiny. All right, and then I'm going to make sure that's on sealing, and it is. All right, so I will be back in probably about 2.5 hours, because whenever I do the broth, obviously it has to come up to pressure, but I also let it naturally release the pressure. So we're going to give this a go and see how it turns out. I'll be back. All right, so unfortunately I got super busy at work and couldn't make it out here in 2.5 hours. But I did remember the missing ingredient from my broth, so I did run out and put that on there. Apple cider vinegar. So I did run out and put that in here, and now it's done and has been cooling off for a while. Ooh, that's a terrible shot. Let's see. There we go. Look at that delicious deliciousness. So now what we're going to do is we are going to take that and put it in some jars and see if we have enough for a canner load. Get these bones out of here. Try to make the straining process a little bit easier. I think I can do a second pass through with these bones though. Oh, did y'all see that marrow just fall out of there? That was pretty cool. All right, I will give you guys a minute to place bets on how big of a mess I make. Let's do over under 1 quart spilled. What do you think? I think that sounds fair. Don't worry, I will still make a mess. I am certain of it. So we got to make sure we've got we've got an inch of head space. Almost there. There we go. Put your yapper away, sir. Once again, I really wish I had 3 hands. All right, so I think we have enough of that out of there. We can just I do not have enough for another quart. So, let's see. Do you see that? Got that little bit left in there. And I roasted the second batch of bones. So, let's get that started. All right, now set this up. And what? Darn it, I forgot. I can't do that. Okay, once again, can you all see? We're going to do pressure cook, low pressure, 2 hours. Make sure it's on sealing. And batch number 2 is Alright, so obviously this one's not going to get full enough even if I move some of that into there for me to can this, but that's okay because I've got other plans for that in a couple of days. So, let's move some of this over there. And then wipe off the rim. This is vinegar and covered in paper towel. As you can see, my dog is super interested in what I'm doing because it smells pretty darn good in here. So we've got that wiped down. We're going to put the lid on here with a flat. And I'm going to put the ring on, finger tight. And now, hi buddy, we are going to drop that in there. These are all room temperature at this point because some things got in the way for me to getting this done earlier. So, alright, so that has been venting for 10 minutes now. So now, we need that to come up to pressure. For me, that's 11 pounds. And because this is broth, we are going to process it at 11 pounds of pressure for 20 minutes. I'll start the timer as soon as that hits 11 pounds. Oh, look at those beautiful jars of golden goodness. So, I did kind of take a peek because I thought I was going to have some siphoning issues because I had some trouble controlling the pressure. But I don't think we had any siphoning. Oh, look at that. Water looks nice and clear. Here's the last jar.